I am glad to welcome everyone to the YouTube channel, Astrology of Love. Here we will analyze all aspects of astrology related to building relationships with yourself and partners. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and like it. And if someone has a desire to support the channel, a link to Boosty Analog Patreon in the description of the video. There you can also order the most detailed horoscope for you or for your loved one. That's it. We're getting started. Enjoy watching. The moon in Aquarius. Your emotional nature is a mixture of lightness and intelligence. And you prefer to look down on emotional states in a detached and objective way. You tend to idealize your position and are willing to defend it. You need self-confidence. Because your unconventional and sometimes radical views are rarely supported. You are able to perceive the emotional side of life objectively. Because you are able to look at it in a broader, universal context. You are freedom-loving and independent by nature and are willing to grant freedom to other people. You value friendship. Sometimes you are a rebel, sometimes a reformer, and never conformist. You also don't tend to maintain the status quo. You think first and only, then adjust to the situation emotionally. Words serve as a bridge to your emotions, which are very deep because you tend to rationalize them. You may still be able to understand lofty, emotional impulses, such as altruism, but you treat purely personal experiences as an enemy invasion in any situation. You act on the basis of your ideals and theories. You feel best in a relationship where both partners are as close as possible. Independent, but since you have an extremely developed intelligence, your loved one should not close only to themselves and in the light of your interests, which extend to the structure and life of society. The partner should at least share your views, but this is ideal. Friendships tend to be easier for you than close relationships, but only as long as you don't realize that your freedom doesn't depend on others. As soon as you accept your uniqueness as an integral part of your character, you will stop defending the right to it and, on the contrary, begin to share its fruits with others. Respect for someone else's freedom and individuality is the foundation of a strong relationship for you. You really have something extraordinary about you, and if you take it for granted, you can awaken originality in other people. Weak points. You need to learn to calm your mind so that you can perceive deep emotional urges. Otherwise, your tendency to rationalize will lead you to will think about your emotions, but not experience them. Others will think that you treat them superficially, insensitively. Here you need to be able to do two things at the same time. On the one hand, to maintain an objective, detached view, and on the other to empathize. Your independence also causes a lot of problems. You often go against other people's expectations. You always need to do things your own way. This can make it harder to interact with other people until you find a more peaceful way to demonstrate your uniqueness than by being nonconformist. People with the moon in Aquarius. How do I understand them? These extremely independent people will always keep you on your toes, because you never know for sure how they will behave in a particular situation. They deny the generally accepted behaviors. These people are very open and friendly, willing to share their ideas. They tend to show altruism, are interested in life and the laws of society, and like to talk about abstract topics. They constantly criticize government institutions and actively advocate for individual rights. Don't expect them to indulge your sensitivity. They're not interested. They don't know much about it. No, they do not hide their emotions. They are just extremely unsure of this area and do not know how to express them. To get the most out of them in working relationships, give them a free hand in their area of responsibility. They perceive life from a very distant perspective, achieving maximum objectivity and impartiality. Next to them, your brain will buzz like a milling cutter because the clarity of their views and insights is sometimes frankly shocking. To maintain friendly relations with these people, you should behave easily and at ease and not go into the soul. Discuss with them the problems of social development and ways to improve it. Encourage them to talk about their ideals and tell them honestly, in full detail, if they hurt your feelings. Otherwise, They will remain in holy ignorance until you open their eyes. The impartiality of these people is so much annoying, and you need to draw their attention from time to time to the fact that they behave tactlessly and insensitively. They have a very subtle sense of humor, which makes everyone happy. If you are interested in their opinion about anything, be prepared for the most unexpected answers. If you want to learn more about your sign and about the sign of your loved one, you can purchase a detailed analysis of your natal chart at the link in the description. You can also find a shortened example of a detailed description at the link in the description and get acquainted with it. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel.